Hey guys, how's it going? So I can't help but from reading all the comments, which I do read them all, that there's many people lately that are new shooters or have family members or friends who are just getting into guns. So the following video is going to be the beginning of a new little series that's going to be aimed at helping the new shooter, the person that's just getting into, say, pistols or rifles. And in this case, we're going to be going over pistol basics, just the basic rules of gun safety, the raw basics of how to operate a pistol. And some of you probably know how to shoot better than me, but even you guys might have a relative or a friend that you're wanting to introduce to shooting, and sending them this video may help them out. And for all of you new shooters, leave me comments down below and let me know any other questions you guys are asking. So this video is going to be with my friend Gabrielle, and those of you that are subscribed to the Patriot EDU channel, which if you're not, you should be. You're already missing out. I'll leave a link to that down in the description. You saw I did a video with her over on my B channel just a couple weeks ago. So we're going to start off today just talking about the raw basics, okay? She's fairly new to guns. She shot a pistol like once before, but she's kind of new like the rest of you. So we had a great time. Safety today, and then we're going to progress here very soon into her shooting. I also have some cool clips of her friend Olivia that I met. She's also awesome. So get ready, guys. We're going to do a little mini series on new shooters, and hopefully this helps you out. And I did another series about a year ago called Teaching Ray to Shoot, where we're going over much of the same but with a rifle. So I'll leave a link to that playlist down in the description. How's it going, guys? We're hanging out here with my friend Gabrielle, and she's just getting into guns. Actually got your CPL recently, right?
I took the class. I have to file the paperwork, but yeah.
Cool, working on that. So we're just going to go over some handgun basics real quick, and then in a few minutes we're going to get to doing some shooting. So hopefully this helps out some beginning shooters out there. Alright, so I'm starting off, this is the Taurus G3C. It's a 9mm pistol, and I'm starting off in a holster because that is really the best way to transport a pistol, right? This one's an IWB. It would fit inside your waist. We'll do holsters another time. But so we're going to start off. We're going to take it out of the holster. But before I do anything, this is the most important part because everybody messes this up. You're going to keep your finger away from the trigger, like right off the get-go, okay? So anytime that you're handling this pistol, before we even check to see if it's safe, I'm going to be pointing it away from anybody in a safe direction, right?
Yep.
And I'm keeping my finger out of here. You've seen so many people, right? They just grab it and stick their finger right in there and carry it around.
Yeah, makes me nervous.
No good. Okay, so pistol 101. We've taken it out of the holster. It's in a safe direction. Now we're going to make sure that it's empty. Do you know how to do that as of now? Or?
Actually, a button right by the magazine.
Yeah.
So this one right here?
Yeah, this is the magazine release. We're going to push the button, and the magazine's going to come out. It's easier to do when you're not filming, but you know.
Yeah.
So the magazine's empty, right? Next, we're going to take what's called the slide, and we're going to pull it all the way to the rear. And in this case, there's a lever right here that you push up on, and that's going to lock it open.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll do that again. We're going to pull it to the rear,
yeah.
push it up, and that locks it open.
Okay.
Now, some pistols don't have this lever.
No, because the one I shot with in my CPL test, it had just the safety.
Some don't. Most modern ones do. But either way, what our main goal is we're going to be looking in here. This is called the chamber. This is the part of the barrel that the casing and bullet goes into, right?
Yep.
And then when you pull the trigger, it's going to fire from here and go out the end.
Yep.
So we're mainly just checking to make sure this firearm's safe, right?
Looks
Do you
good.
see anything in there?
Not from this angle.
And it's clear. It's perfectly safe. You can put your finger in there and check. Just be careful you don't hit this, or it could really hurt your finger.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Or cut it off. Because when you push this release, it does slide forward. So
it's dramatic effect. I like it.
Yes. So anyways, we just checked to make sure that it was empty, and that's always the very first thing to do. And then after that, it's basically the basic rules of gun safety, which are the first one that I like to go with the most is treat all firearms as though they're loaded. So even though we just checked this and we know it's empty, we're still going to treat it as if there's a round or a bullet in there. Because you're going to find this out in a second here. With the 4 rules of gun safety, what's cool about it is you can actually mess up any one of them. You don't want to mess up, but you can mess up one of them and you're still not going to hurt anybody unless you actually mess up 2 at the same time.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah. So we're going to start off assuming it's loaded even though we know it's not, right?
Yeah.
The other one is always keeping it pointed in a safe direction. And we've got a couple friends standing over here. That's why you notice this whole time I'm keeping it
I did notice that.
over here. So we're keeping it in a safe direction, right? The other thing is, and this goes back to the very beginning, don't put your finger on the trigger until, and I'm going to aim at our target over here, until I've acquired the target, I'm pointing at the target, I'm aiming at it, and then it's perfectly fine to pull the trigger because we're aiming at our target, right?
I really wanted a little flag to come out the end of it, that right there.
I know. I need to get one of those, actually.
Bang!
Do I need to get a hold of the circus or like a clown to get one?
Amazon probably has everything. So.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for one of those, use the 2AEDU Amazon affiliate link. That way it donates a small percentage back to the channel.
You're good.
And then there's one more, which is the fourth one. When we are shooting at this target, right?
Yeah.
We want to make sure we know what's beyond our target. So, for example, if you're just shooting at like a piece of paper or cardboard, that's not going to stop a bullet, right?
No.
And if you have like, say you're like in the city and you might have like this little itty bitty pile that you made of rocks or dirt or something like that. But what if it was small and you just missed it by 2 feet and then your neighbor's kids are playing over there?
Yeah, no bueno.
So, yeah. And that's, so basically it's, you know, they kind of go together, 3 and 4. Make sure that your eyes are on the target, you know what you're shooting at before you put your finger on the trigger. And then also make sure you know what's beyond it. And you'll be good to go, really.
What's our target made of?
This target we're going to be shooting at is steel.
Okay.
And I'll add a note to that too. Don't really shoot normal steel generally, because what can happen, although it's not likely, if you're shooting just regular steel, you can make little divots in it. If the bullet hit that spot where there's a dent or divot, it could potentially ricochet back at you.
I was wondering that.
Yes, no, that's good intuition.
Okay.
This is a special type of steel called AR500 steel. It's basically so hard that when the bullet hits it, it turns it instantly into dust. So,
Oh, it's like magic.
yeah. I mean, once in a while, a teeny bit of, fragment's kind of a bad word for it, but a little teeny piece of jacket, it's called, can come back at you. That's why we're always going to wear glasses, you know, when we shoot. But it's never enough to hurt you. Like, the worst I've ever seen happen to somebody is like a teeny bit stuck in their arm and it felt like a bee sting. But that's even like 1 in a million.
Yeah.
So I'm not really too worried about it. I shoot from the distance we're going to, which is probably no more than, I don't know, 20 feet away.
Yeah, good distance.
Yeah, so it'll be good. So we've kind of gone over some of the things. Now, some pistols are going to have a safety on them. And this one does actually have one.
That one, right?
Yeah, this is a manual safety. This actually has like a couple safeties. So right now, if we were to pull the trigger, and I am pointing it downrange towards the target, did you hear that click?
Yeah.
That's it firing. So if there was a round, it would have gone off, right? We have to pretend it cycled to reset the trigger. Now, if we flip this up, we see red here. That means that it's red danger that would fire. If we flip this up, this is the safety, right?
I learned that the hard way. I picked up the pistol during my CPL class, and I was like, this thing's not working. And he's like, the safety's on. I was like, oh, yeah.
I know exactly what you did. You pulled it up to the range there, and you're like...
I was like, what is malfunctioning? He's like, he just moved it. And I was like, oh, all right, I'm never going to do that one again.
Take the safety off on me, right?
Yeah.
No, it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And the safety's good to use, and the safety is to make it safe, but really the rules are still in your head, like right with the gun safety. So I always say the number 1 safety is here. This would be number 2. And this one even has another one on it, the trigger. You notice this little blade, like trigger within a trigger?
Oh, yeah, wow.
This is what you call blade safety. You have to actually purposely push the middle of this trigger first to press this. Can you see?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of trying to keep it
It's like
aimed in the
step
same.
1, step 2.
Yep, so watch this. If it were to just glance off like it was in your pocket or something, you just push the side of it here.
Oh, wow.
See how it just stops itself?
That's really cool.
Yeah. So you actually have to push that in the middle,
Yeah.
and then you push down, and then it goes off.
And then bang.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. For those of you that are new, I hope it was helpful. And for the rest of you, like I said, you can either critique down below or spread it on to some of your friends who may need a hand or just may need to, know what's going on, that are new to handguns. All right, there'll be more videos coming from this range session very soon, including shooting videos. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.